Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Firstly, I want to say Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. I am so beyond excited to say goodbye to 2020, get ready for this fresh new year, a fresh new start for us all. So if you guys are new to my channel, then hello, my name is Alice Bradley. I post regular fashion, lifestyle and manifestation content over on this channel. I am so excited to have you on this video today. I literally cannot wait to dig straight in to what this video is about. I always love to set goals at the beginning of the year, and January is just a really easy, natural time when people are thinking about goals for the year ahead, habits they want to change and things that they want to get in order for the new year. I know many of us would have had lots of goals set and expectations for 2020, and unfortunately probably had to sidetrack a lot of those plans and focus on doing their bit for where they lived, stayed at home and stayed safe despite the global pandemic. So today this video is really geared towards creating goals, setting goals, maintaining and reaching goals that you can achieve despite a global pandemic. So it's a very tailored niche video today. I would not have thought this time last year that I would be creating a video like this, but unfortunately that's the way things work around here. The world is going to keep turning and we have to keep moving forward and innovating and thinking outside of the box when it comes to setting goals for ourselves. So I really hope this video is going to be informative for you guys. I know it can be really hard to think about setting goals when we've had a very sluggish, underwhelming and quite frankly disappointing year gone. If you're watching this video in the hopes of getting some inspiration for your 2021 goals, this is the place to be to start. I know it was such a hard year, and it can be really hard to be thinking about goal setting when we don't really know what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, let alone months and the year in general. So it can be quite hard to plan a year when things like this come about. I personally, in my lifetime, 23 years on this earth, I have never had to set goals around a pandemic. This is all very new to me and very fresh, but as someone who relies on goals in order to feel secure and safe, I do think it's really important that for you guys out there, if you are like me and you rely and depend on the need to plan ahead, come up with your dreams and your goals and your manifestations, then don't worry, I am just the same. It's really important to some people to have strategy and a routine and something to look forward to, and I think that's what I want this video to emphasize, the importance of something to look forward to. It may not be something necessarily that we can achieve straight away. It doesn't mean to say that we can't eventually achieve those goals. So never lose sight of that. Make sure you are setting goals as if this global pandemic wasn't a thing. I think that's my biggest piece of advice to start this video off. I am going to stop rambling in this intro and get into more specific nitty-gritty things, but that is in essence the start of today's video. If you are new, please do go ahead, subscribe, like this video so that I know you enjoy manifestation and law of attraction content, and keep watching. So I don't know whether you guys recall, well, I say I don't know whether you guys can recall, I'm sure you can recall, around March time last year, when we were first put under what I'm going to call global house arrest, because that's what it felt like. We were all in our own spaces, our own bubbles, and with all this time at home, it made us really look around our space and realise things that we didn't want in our space. We realised that the colour of our walls were not what we wanted at all. We realised that the shelf we should have put up 2 months ago never got put up, and it's just lying there in a heap ready to be put up on the wall. Things that could have been done, little tweakments in your space that had you known you were about to enter a global pandemic, you probably would have done already. So I remember sitting in my room and thinking, oh my gosh, I really wish I cleared this out. I really wish my room felt welcoming and calming and I didn't have to be thinking about this now. But it became a bit of a distraction and a bit of a task that I set myself to get myself organized. Now, the reason I want you guys to use this time, this slow period, or we're not really sure what plans we can make, whether we can make plans in the near future, use this time to get small things done, things that you've been putting off, little niggles and things in your life that you should have ticked off a few weeks ago, a few months ago, maybe even a year ago. Like, you might have like a pile of silly to-dos. Like, get those things done. You will feel so light and you will feel like you can literally tackle anything. This is where you're going to see the most immediate benefits, because your immediate space is going to affect your immediate future. What you surround yourself with is going to impact your feelings of the day. You will wake up in the morning and see that pile of mess. It's going to put you in a certain mood. So get those things sorted, take them off your to-do list, and actually feel productive in that way. Now, my next big tip for creating goals and goal setting during a global pandemic is to still dream big. Do not shrink your goals because of this pandemic. This is not going to be a lifetime situation. It would be so detrimental to your vision if you decided to scale down everything from what you wanted to attract, where you wanted to live, did you want to travel, did you want to move abroad. Those things you need to focus on and still dream big. Now, the reason I say this is because it's so important to goal set as if the global pandemic, as if money issues, as if job issues, those things weren't an option. Imagine they don't exist. Focus on your goals and what you want to attract right now. If you knew you could not fail, if you knew that there wasn't a global pandemic, if you knew there weren't any limitations stopping you from getting what you wanted. Now, once you work out what those things are, that is where your vision is going to start, and that is where I would recommend that you start a vision board. Now, a vision board is a really nice visual stimulus that is just going to motivate you, inspire you. You can have it up in your space. I have made a dedicated video on this, so I will be popping a little link here in the suggested for you guys to check out that has more information on how to create a vision board. So what you're going to want to do with your vision board and your big goals, small things, the little tasks that you could be doing right now to get yourself ready for the strategy, for the progress that is going to lead you to reaching that goal. So if that is to eventually move out and buy your first home, then the first thing that you're going to need to do is declutter. Think about the space. Think about what you would want to bring into that new space. Would you want to have decluttered beforehand? If you were told tomorrow you have keys to a brand new house, here you go, take all your stuff, would you want to take all your stuff there? Those little things are going to spark an interest within you, and it's going to be something that's going to be a passionate energy. That passionate energy will be put towards future manifestations. So if you do want to create that future for yourself, don't dream small by thinking, oh well, that's it, I won't be able to move out this year, it's not going to happen. 2020 I couldn't move out, 2021 I definitely can't. If you have that mindset, you will definitely not be moving out. So make sure you focus on the things that are going to lead up to that big goal being achieved, and that is where you're going to see the most success. Now, my next tip is super simple, and it's one that I love to do. I make sure I do it every single month. Towards the end of the month, I sit down with a blank piece of paper and write the month that I'm about to enter into. Now, this is where I split off my goals and I write different areas of my life and what small goals I will be successfully achieving that month. It's important to not go overboard and write a million things on there. Keep to maybe 2 to 3 goals per section. So for example, if you are wanting to attract moving out and a new home, then you could be setting yourself 2 to 3 tasks that is going to be beneficial. For example, looking at properties online, tick. Clearing out your space, tick. Donating things and giving things away that you no longer want in your space, tick. Those small things are going to help you get yourself closer to your goals. It's going to feel so amazing when at the end of the month you take it down. I always blue tack it on my wall by my desk, and I see all these little ticks everywhere, and different areas of my life have had a bit of attention, a bit of TLC, and they're just feeling like there's some success and things coming into each area. Now, you can branch your monthly goals into however many sections you wish. It's just the areas that you want to dedicate time and attention to. So it could be personal finances, it could be romance and love, it could be anything from social media to creating a YouTube channel. Whatever it is you desire, Those are the things that you need to categorize your life in. My next tip is some self-awareness, and by self-awareness I mean please don't kick yourself when you're already down. I'm not trying to say that everybody is already down, but guys, we have gone through the most insane year. Like 2020, I don't know if I ever want to speak about it again. I know I'm going to have to, but it is so important that you don't beat yourself up if the things you wanted to achieve in 2020 you didn't get done. There are so many people out there who will be feeling the same. I for one, so don't you worry. It is totally normal to feel like it was an unsuccessful year, but what you need to do is focus on the little achievements that you made for the year. So with this self-awareness, I want to remind you that nothing is normal. Nothing is normal right now. So even if you just go through a to-do list of Netflix binges and you tick them all off, honey, that is still successful, because in some ways, if you weren't furloughed, if you weren't having time off, then would you have been able to sit down and relax and enjoy those programs? Probably not. Take it as an opportunity to see those tasks, those Netflix binges, as a time for you, ticking off things that you would never have had the opportunity of ticking off had you been working, doing a busy 9 to 5, living the pre-pandemic lifestyle that we were all sort of hurtling towards. There was certainly no stopping, and it's really given us the chance to enjoy being off. And I know it's really boring now and we're kind of all over it, but it's just that feeling of actually sitting down and doing nothing, or sitting down and just watching TV. You don't need to be doing side hustles and keeping busy. Sometimes you can just be ticking off self-care to-dos. That's my next piece of advice in terms of self-awareness. It is so important that you are aware that we are still in a global pandemic. It's not just about being in denial and hurtling at 100 miles an hour towards massive goals. It's a balance of both things. So have big goals, don't shrink yourself, but also be self-aware. Don't sit in denial. Don't try and pretend that we haven't gone through a tough time. Now, my last tip for goal setting and achieving your goals in a global pandemic is to allocate rest. I know we have been literally so bored that we've been organising our knicker drawers, but I promise you, rest and allocated rest is going to be really important. Sticking to a schedule is also going to be important. I know recently for me it's been a bit of an issue because lockdown 3, it's technically not lockdown 3, but we're in tier 4 for the majority of the UK, if you guys weren't aware. But essentially that means that everybody needs to stay at home, non-essential shops aren't open, and life is very slow and quiet. So it feels like a lockdown part 3. But what I've noticed during this particular lockdown, and I think winter is to blame a little bit for the situation, I have found that I don't really have a bedtime. My bedtime is really skewed at the minute. I am sleeping so late at night, it's crazy, and then I wake up exhausted and I've wasted my morning. So getting yourself into a routine and allocating rest for yourself is going to be really, really important. I also want to point out that boredom is one of the most exhausting things going, because it's just you and your brain, and you're just fighting this never-ending treadmill of what is there to do. So the feeling of boredom is exhausting in itself, and I think that's why a lot of people have slept a lot during the pandemic, have been really lethargic and lazy. I highly recommend that you go out either in the morning or at the end of the day, before dinner or something like that. That's going to be really beneficial. Getting outside and getting a good walk in is going to make you feel so much better, and it's something that I've started to implement again. Getting out there every single day without fail. Doesn't matter if it's -2 or if it's raining, get outside in some way, because boredom is so exhausting and it's just not good for you. So if you've been sat around and feeling really low and sluggish, I guarantee you it's because you are so bored out of your mind. So just get outside, breathe some fresh air, think about your goals, think about things you're grateful for. I always love to do that on a walk. 5 things I'm grateful for, and I say them aloud and it feels really great. And just feeling gratitude and getting out of my immediate space. So that is all for my how to set goals during a global pandemic. Who knew that we would be doing videos like this in 2021? But I think it's really important. I wanted to share what I do, what I am starting to get into the habit of doing for the new year. I know a lot of you guys will be feeling this new year, new you vibe. I'm going to try and not call it that, because I do think the whole new you thing can be quite detrimental, particularly if you're feeling down about a situation or just your life in general. We are all in similar positions, so don't you worry. We are all in this together. We are going to ride this wave and just experience 2021 for what it is. New you, new goals. So it's all about new goals that are going to make you feel good and just create the best 2021 that we can possibly have. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Stay sweet, guys.